Hi, with this video I'm going to show you how to share 3D model content and information with other people using IMMERSIFY. IMMERSIFY is a software developed at Lyra, structural engineers, and it's provided by Supple. And it's a software that installs a plugin in Revit. And one of the things that Immersify allows you to do is to take this 3D information, this parametric information, and convert it into a file format that then can be shared with other people, and they can have access to that information without actually having Revit or Rhino. And it's very easy to navigate, and you just need to have Immersify installed in your computer, and then you can use that file to collaborate with others, to work with others, and to view not only 3D content but also parametric information. So this is how it works. Right now I'm using one of the Revit sample projects, and what you do is you go to a 3D view and you can set up your 3D view as however you want it. In this case I'm just changing section box a little bit. And Immersify has a lot of different features. I'm just going to be talking about one right now, and I'll be doing more videos later. So once you have your 3D view set, you go to the Immersify tab and you click Export MRS file. MRS file is a file that contains the 3D geometry and all the parametric information. And then it contains all the tools that Immersify provides. So you click Export MRS file, and then you save your file. I'm going to save it as sample project. And depending on the size of your model, this takes anywhere from a few seconds to a couple of minutes. In this case, it should just be a few seconds. And you can see here the progress as it's printing the 3D information and all the material and parametric information associated with all the elements into the MRS file. So let's give it a second to finish. And so it's done printing, and what it will do for me is it's going to open automatically the Immersify Viewer, which just popped up here. So Immersify is a VR-based software, virtual reality-based software, which is right now, this is why it's starting Steam, and it also starts Oculus. And if I had the HTC Vive or the Oculus Rift connected to my computer, I would then be viewing this in VR. But the great thing about this is that you don't need to have either a VR ready computer or the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vive in order for you to have access to information. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm working just with my desktop and moving around using my keyboard and my mouse. And what you see here is that you see that it's taken all the 3D geometry and brought it into this file format. And on the lower left hand side, you see that whatever I point to an element, and there's a crosshair in the middle of the screen, it gives me all the parametric information associated with that. So you can freely navigate the model. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm also going to change the graphic properties of the model at the time. I'm going to maybe show edges and show rich colors. So that allows me to see a little bit better where the edges of things are. Maybe I can also, get rid of show edges, right? And I can just navigate the model freely, right? And again, I could be doing this with the Oculus or the HTC Vive, or I can just do it with my desktop, with my keyboard, which is what I'm doing right now. The other thing that you get is that you get access to the menu, the Immersify menu that allows you to do a whole host of things within the model: hide elements, tag elements, take measurements, draw, move objects, place objects from a library, see where you are in the building in a map, have environment settings. So for example, if I turn on the environment and I want to study lights and shadows, I can do that by changing the time of day or the date. So a whole host of tools that have been provided by Immersify, and they keep adding to the software. Now, the great thing about this is that I can share this file with anyone. So I'm going to close this file, and this file is now saved on my desktop. So I see here sample project. So one thing that you can do is that you can then email this file to someone. For example, I'm going to email it to myself. And then so I'm emailing this file to myself. Depending on this size of the file, you may want to use a file sharing service. When you share a file with someone, they will get the MRS file, and as long as they have Immersify installed on their computer, they will be able to open it just by double clicking. And this gives anyone access to the 3D content in the model. And again, just by clicking launch, you have access to the model. So using Immersify in this way, you can empower team members that don't really have access to Revit in this case, or they may not have the adequate skills to navigate the Revit model and get the information that they need directly from Revit, or you may send it to people that don't even have Revit installed in their computer and they can still participate in the design process. It is a great way to share files. It is a great way to visualize 3D content and have access to the parametric information in the model. And it's just a very powerful tool that allows you to understand geometric relationships between the different components of the systems. So try it out. Let us know how it goes, and we'll be making more videos about the different features of Immersify in the near future. Thank you.